So, you run a textile business in Pakistan, and you've got that big dream, right? Seeing your products on shelves all around the world. Well, you're in exactly the right place. Because over the next few minutes, we're going to lay out the step-by-step playbook to take your local business truly global. First, I want you to just look at this number for a second. That's $17.7 billion. That's how much U.S. businesses imported in a single year, all because of a program called the Generalized System of Preferences, or GSP. Now, this isn't just some random statistic. It's a giant flashing sign that says opportunity, and it's aimed squarely at businesses just like yours. So that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? Are you ready to get in on that? To claim your piece of that massive market? If you're not in your head right now, then let's get into exactly how you can make that happen. We've mapped everything out into 5 key stages. First, we'll lay the groundwork. Then, we'll build out your official business identity. After that, we unlock those global markets, tackle the essential paper trail, and finally, get you through customs with total confidence. Let's jump in. All right, first things first, laying the groundwork. You can think of this part as building the launch pad for your entire export operation. Honestly, every single thing we talk about after this depends on getting this foundation rock solid.
And here we go, step 1, and it's a big one. It's not optional, it is absolutely mandatory. You have to register as a trader with Pakistan's Federal Board of Revenue, the FBR. There's just no way around it. This is the official starting line. Without this, in the eyes of international trade, your business doesn't really exist yet.
Okay, so you're in the FBR system. Great. Now we have to build out your official identity. This is all about getting the specific credentials that tell the world, hey, we're a legitimate, recognized exporter ready for business.
And really, it all comes down to 2 essential numbers. First up, you're going to get your National Tax Number, or NTN. And second, you'll get a Sales Tax Registration Number, the SRTN. Just think of these 2 things as your company's official passport to trade with the entire world.
Now, once you've got the official government stuff handled, here's a pro tip. Plug yourself into the wider business ecosystem. Joining your local chamber of commerce or a relevant trade association, that's huge for support and connections. And you absolutely want to get signed up with the Pakistan Single Window, or PSW. Trust me, this online portal is going to be your best friend when it comes time to deal with customs.
All right, this is where it gets really exciting. Your business is official, you're set up. Now it's time to get the golden keys that will unlock some of the biggest and most lucrative markets on the planet. We're talking the EU, the US, and the UK.
Let's say you're setting your sights on that massive consumer market in the European Union. To get in, there's a specific key you're going to need, and it's called a REC certification.
So what in the world is REX? It just stands for Registered Exporter, and it is your ticket into the EU's version of that GSP program. And the benefit? Oh, it's huge. This little certification means your textiles can get into the EU with much lower, or in some cases, 0 import taxes. All of a sudden, your products are way more competitive and affordable for European buyers.
Okay, so what about the US and the UK? Well, the game plan is a little different here. You're not going to use the REC system. Instead, you'll be working directly with that GSP program we talked about right at the beginning. And the GSP is just an incredibly powerful tool. You know, for the US market alone, it gives duty-free entry to something like 3,500 different products from Pakistan. Let that sink in for a second. Duty-free. That means your buyer over there pays 0 import tax. That's not just a nice little advantage, that is a total game changer. So let's just put it all together to make sure it's super clear. For the EU, you need to get the REX certification. For the US and the UK, you use a special document called a Certificate of Origin to get those GSP benefits. And hey, here's another tip. When you're shipping to the UK specifically, make sure you're using what's called Form A. It's a specific version of that certificate. All right, you're registered, you know how to access the big markets. What's next? Well, now we have to talk about the paper trail. Getting these documents right is what makes the difference between your shipment gliding smoothly through the process and it getting tangled up in a bunch of red tape. You can think of this paperwork as your shipment's own personal passport and travel documents. You've got the commercial invoice, that's basically the bill. The packing list tells everyone what's inside the boxes. The bill of lading or airway bill, that's the ticket for its journey. And of course, that super important certificate of origin. And remember, your buyer might also ask for things like quality certificates, maybe an ISO certification, so always double check with them. Let's just zoom in for a second on that certificate of origin, because I can't stress this enough. This is the official piece of paper that proves to the world your beautiful textiles were made in Pakistan. It is literally the key that unlocks those amazing GSP duty-free benefits in the US and the UK. No certificate, no benefit. It really is that simple.
We've made it to the final stage, clearing customs. Now, I know this is the part that can seem a little intimidating to people, but honestly, if you've done all the steps we just talked about, this final mile is actually pretty straightforward.
It really just boils down to a simple three-step process. 1. You submit your single declaration, they call it an SD, using that handy PSW online portal. 2. You pay any customs duties that might apply. And 3. You get the green light, and your shipment is released to go to your buyer. See? 1, 2, 3.
And listen, here's a fantastic piece of advice. You do not have to do this part alone. If all that customs paperwork just feels like too much, you can hire a professional. An authorized customs clearing agent can file that single declaration for you. I mean, these people are experts who do this all day, every day.
And there you have it. That's the roadmap, the complete guide to take you from being a local Pakistani manufacturer to a full-fledged global exporter. We've walked through everything, from the first registration to unlocking markets to that final customs clearance. Your global journey is literally waiting for you. So the only question left is, what's your first step going to be?